So, today we're going to talk about Drop Dead Healthy by A.J. Jacobs. It is a book about, I actually don't know. What does the cover say? I don't know. But the little summary says, funny and informative book by the always brilliant A.J. Jacobs about trying every health remedy and suggestion. Some surprising ones are effective, which actually sounds pretty interesting. As I'm just thinking about it, sounds actually very interesting. And it is, again, by the Sivers.org site, so by Derek Sivers. The link to this summary is going to be down in the description. So if you want to check it out, please check it out. Or you just listen to the podcast and or listen to this YouTube video in the background or whatever. Probably going to be the best idea to actually listen to the podcast when you're doing something else, because it is way more efficient. So I'm gonna read my notes. Economics is a theory by a Nobel Prize winning economist named Thomas Schelling. Schelling proposes that we essentially have two selves. Those two selves are often at odds. There's the present self that wants that frosted apple strudel Pop-Tart, and the future self that regrets eating the frosted apple strudel Pop-Tart. The key to making healthy decisions is to respect your future self, honor him or her, treat him or her like you would treat a friend or a loved one. This can be applied not only to eating, but also to working out. Should you do more? Should you do less? Also to just, should you really meet this person today? Should you really get in a relationship with this person? Just all of these things, play into that. Your future self is either going to be just really, really unhappy with you and or it's going to be really happy with you. And by the way, afterwards I'm going to just get out. I'm going to just do something. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to do so. What's the time? 11 a.m. Yeah, it's fine. Our face digitally ages your photo. I did it with a picture of myself. When I'm wavering about whether to lace up my running sneaks or not, I'll catch sight of old AJ, respect your elder, as disturbing looking as he may be. This workout is for him. Our face digitally ages your photo. Now I get it. I did it with a picture of myself when I'm wavering about whatever, blah, 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 blah. So it is just a way to remind you, wow, you're going to be old someday and you're going to be extremely happy to just perform better and have better health when you're an elderly person. Of all the gadgets that clutter my closet, the most successful has been one of the simplest, a $20 pedometer. I don't know what a pedometer is. What the fuck? An instrument for estimating the distance traveled on foot by recording the number of steps taken. I see. Pretty nice. Studies show that the more you pay attention to your body's statistics, the greater the chance you'll adopt a healthy lifestyle. This idea underpins the quantified self-movement. I see. By the way, I should fucking highlight some things. The mere act of weighing yourself daily makes it more likely you'll shed pounds. Because you'll see, wow, what am I doing? What have I done? Keeping a food journal makes you eat fewer fatty foods. Because, I think in general it is a good thing to just really have a look at what you're eating each and every day. And just write it down and also at least think about it. Like, I don't know, we're eating so many fucked up things every single day, and we are sometimes not even noticing it and stuff like that. So it's indeed fucked up, to be honest. The humble lobster may hold some clues to immortality, since aging doesn't inflict damage on lobster cells. If not for outside forces like disease and predators, the average lobster might just keep on crawling along the bottom of the ocean for centuries. Which is a pretty nice thing, isn't it? Placebo comes from I shall please in Latin. I didn't know that, but it's interesting. And also the lobster thing. Just do it. The advertising copyright got the idea for the phrase from the last words of executed murderer Gary Gilmore, so I can't say it without thinking of a firing squad. Oh, God. Without some delusional optimism, you will suffer from depressive realism. This psychological theory holds that the people with the most accurate view of the world aren't happier, they are clinically depressed. Studies show that they have a correct perception of how much they control the outcome of events, namely very little, and it crushes them. Yeah, indeed. I mean, I'm a very optimistic person. Sometimes I feel like that I might be too optimistic and that I might just not see certain things that I should be seeing. And this is fucked up. This is not cool. And something to really indeed work on. So, yeah. If you're too delusionally optimistic, you'll be unbearable. You'll refuse to save money or make backup plans, and you'll invade foreign countries and expect to be greeted as libertas. Well. It is what it is. Like so much else in the body, stress started out as a helpful ally back in paleo times. Yes, indeed, Yes, indeed. All the things that we're having that are now fucking us, like fear and anxiety and stuff like that, they once, just back in the time, have been an ally of ours. There's a law in New York that adults are forbidden to enter a playground unless they're accompanied by a child. A grown man can't just walk in by himself and loiter around the monkey bars. Really, indeed. I can understand it. Please don't get me wrong. But yeah. Whenever I come to a hard problem, I do jumping checks to try to dislodge the solution from my brain. Why the obsession with toxins? It probably comes from our primitive caveman minds. We divide everything into either food or poison. Well, actually quite. It just makes sense. Back in the days, it wasn't that of an important thing what you're eating, because whatever you're eating, there wasn't that much food. So whatever you were able to eat, you fucking ate it. Land lightly on the front of the foot and let the heels just kiss the ground. Take small steps, try to pull your legs up instead of stopping them down. Think of it like you have pancakes on your upper thighs and you're trying to raise your knees to flip them. It is an exercise. I don't know what it is called. I think high knees or some shit. But I like just the pancake thing. Get an IQ air purifier. If you want the cleanest air, you should move to Tasmania. Well, open the windows for 15 minutes a day because indoor air tends to be dirtier than outdoor air. I would say not even only 15 minutes a day, but I would just say like hourly and some shit. Like just really making sure that the air that you're having in your room is nice and not shitty and stuff, I love walking on a treadmill. I type on it, brush my teeth on it, and so on, which is, by the way, a pretty cool thing. And there's even some desks with treadmills, and I think it is pretty cool because you can get a workout in or you can get a walk in wherever you are. Of course, it's not the same as just being outside and in nature and stuff, but yeah. I need to get a blender, a slicer, a spiralizer, a dehydrator, spirulina, powder, blue-green algae crystals. Unless you have a skin problem, one moisturizer is almost as good as any other. The more we know. I maybe have to check out this book because it sounds very interesting, because I like these type of just experimental things, when people try out things and just get to certain conclusions. But yeah. Wrinkle prevention options, just a few actually work. The most established, tretinoin, known more widely as retin A. This acid helps the skin retain collagen, the elastic material. It might even have health benefits in addition to the cosmetic ones. According to the New York Times, it's been used to treat pre-cancerous skin cells. Studies have shown that after 2 years of use, abnormal cells returned to normal. At my request, my dermatologist prescribed me a tube of retin A. It's absurdly expensive. Retin A has other downsides. It makes skin more likely to get sunburned as it allows in more UV light. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind heavily. A problem infecting all medicine, the specialty bias. Most experts see the world through the prism of their specialty. Which, by the way, I think is often the case and always the case, to really be honest. Most health advice can be summed up in 5 words: eat less, move more, and relax. Which I would fucking sign. Definitely the case. High intensity interval training, which is HIIT, high double IT. Instead of jogging at 60% of your ability for 45 minutes, you got 100% for a mere 30 seconds. Wait. Instead of jogging at 60% of your ability for 45 minutes, you got at 100% for a mere 30 seconds. Then you stop and rest for a minute, then sprint again, then repeat 8 times. The benefits are many. Raised endurance, lower blood sugar, improved lung capacity, and weight loss. HIIT seems to alter the metabolism and muscle structure, so you burn more calories throughout the day, which is a pretty nice thing. They say up to 48 hours. I'm not quite sure, but something to just take in consideration and think about. Dolphins sleep one half brain at a time because they would fucking drown. you know. They need one brain to just, do that, as far as I know. And they're also not having any REM sleep, so they always just need to kind of be conscious. I guess, I'm not sure. Try counting backward by 3. I did, and in just a few seconds, 400, 397, 394, I felt a gear in my brain click to neutral. Counting backward by 3s is just challenging enough that it keeps my interest and boring enough that it puts me to sleep. In a couple of minutes, I am out. I gotta have to try that. I know, because sometimes, from time to time, I'm having some sleeping problems. At this point in time, not because I'm not sleeping at all, which makes it very easy for me to fall asleep. But yeah, this is another topic. Something that you should not be doing. Please don't sleep deprive, even though, no. Anyway, a gadget called the CO Personal Sleep Manager. Check it out, apparently. The healthiest glass of water, the Tensui system. It's $15,000. What the fuck? Ice cold water is probably healthier. I wouldn't say so. Low testosterone can cause cardiovascular problems down the road. It is also linked to fatigue, depression, and decreased muscle mass. And now let's figure out what low testosterone, why we're having that. I don't know. Natural ways to boost your testosterone: walnuts, salmon, and whole grains. Developing nimble finger skills is a surefire way of improving brain function. Pro Handbook, the hand, how its use shapes the brain, language, and human culture argues that we have it all backward. The brain isn't king, the brain is the hand servant. Well, we could argue about that, I don't know. Grueling aerobic workout for the hands called Finger Fitness. You can find his video on YouTube. I gotta check that out. Jack LaLanne and Dying, and find this quote: I train like I'm training for the Olympics or for a Mr. America contest, the way I've always trained my whole life. You see, life is a battlefield. Life is survival of the fittest. How many healthy people do you know? How many happy people do you know? Think about it. People work at what? People work at dying, they don't work at living. My workout is my obligation to life. We should all be squatting at bus stops and while eating dinner. Well, this funny thing, funny. Let's actually do that. It's amazing. To do the proper Asian squat, you have to keep your feet flat, your legs spread wide, and your arms forward for balance. Wear UV blocking sunglasses. I recently met one of the inventors of the LASIK technology, and guess what? He still wears glasses. He's wary of taking the risk. That gave me pause. We drive to the store to get organic veggies. There is no actual data proving that organic food increases longevity. Then check our email at the next red light. 2,600 traffic deaths a year are caused by drivers using cell phones. So yeah, don't buy fucking organic veggies, I guess. Well, yeah, indeed. I mean, I don't know. It is difficult to say. It is, I don't know. I don't know what the standards are in the United States. I don't know what the standards are in Austria nor in Europe. There might just or totally going to be some differences. So in some countries, in some areas, it might just totally be worth it. In some other areas, it might just totally be unnecessary just because you're probably going to spend quite a lot of money for quite nothing. For cooling your house, pretty interesting. Central Air is the quietest option, and Lennox is one of the quietest brands of Central Air. After that, try a mini split. These ACs have 2 parts, one in the window, a noise section out on the balcony. If you get the sufficient levels of money and noise phobia, try buying 2 smaller window units, which are usually quieter than a big one, especially if you turn one off. But what is the point then if I just turn one off anyway? I do wanna also do this. Our face digitally. I do want to check it out. Our face digitally. Our face digitally. I mean, maybe back in the days it's been something that's extraordinarily amazing, but now it is like there's nothing like that. Or I'm just unable to find it. This could also be the case. Our face. Our face. I'm just a fucking dumbass. Our face. 3D aging photo on the App Store. And what it is costing? Just too much. But I think at this point in time, we're having better apps. I don't know, this does not sound or seem to be very, I mean, you can, well, I don't know, like this, I don't know what you think about it, but yeah, anyway. Should I end the episode there? Yeah, I think so. Well, I wish you the best health, happiness, and also success, and also hope that you're going to remind yourself and you're going to be remembered, which basically means your legacy basically means just being a nice person and then being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. 3 other questions that I have you are, why are you here? What are you trying to change? And what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully going to show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. Yeah, one other question that I have for you is, what could you essentially say that is really going to change somebody's life and that is really going to change how somebody views the world and is really going to just make somebody really happy? You know, what could you fucking say? And yeah, with that being said, I'm hopefully going to see you next time. Bye-bye, and thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I just really, truly appreciate that. So thank you.